Yo, what's up guys? We're here to check out some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This first one over here, it's got a very famous card artwork that he's holding. But anyways, let's go ahead and check it out. This is going to be Catch Copy. So this card it says if your opponent attempts to search, you get to search. Alright, so Catch Copy is a new normal trap card that says you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. The first effect is if your opponent adds a card from their deck to the hand by their own effect, except by drawing it, reveal one card from your deck, then add it to your hand. But for the rest of the turn, you cannot activate the effects of cards with the same name as that card. Okay, well, I mean, obviously searching whatever you want in your deck is absolutely amazing. However, it is a trap card, it's a little bit slow, but I think that there are some decks that can make really great use of this. Now, obviously the downsides are you can't, like, utilize it immediately, so your opponent might see the card coming and they'll try to go ahead and play around it. But for the most part, being able to add a certain key card for combos can be really, really good. Downside also that is you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. But maybe with like, of course, the trap trick, you're going to be able to go ahead and copy a card and then go ahead and be able to utilize this card a little bit faster. I'm not sure if people will try to make an Exodia variant with this card, but I definitely see some people at least trying out something new with this card. But what other cards, guys, can this card over here, the Catch Copy, make some great use of? But we still got more cards, guys. Anyways, next up we got a Chronomaly card over here. This is Tuspa Rocket over here. And anyways, I didn't think the Chronomalies were getting more support, so let's go ahead and check out this card. So it's a level 4 Earth Rock effect monster. Here's a zoomed up picture on the artwork. 1000 attack, 1000 defense points, and it says you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So it says as the first effect, if this card is normal or special summon, you get to send one Chronomaly monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Then target one face-up monster on the field until the end of the turn. That monster loses attack equal to the level or rank of the sent monster times 200. The second effect is a number monster that was exceed someone using this card on the field as material gains this effect. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. I don't know if this is going to make Chronomalies really strong, but you do have to send that Chronomaly and then you get the bonus effect, so it kind of like foolishes at the end of the day. I mean, Chronomalies could definitely pull off a lot of OTKs in the game, but for the most part, I don't know if people really care too much about going for some of the number exceed monsters. Maybe we'll see. But I mean, there's already enough cheese with the Utopia. I think that that's kind of like go-to cards anyways. Next up, we have Donna Yuri Bow at Ignister. So this is going to be a new level 1 Dark Cybers effect monster with 300 attack and 0 defense points. Here's a zoomed up picture of our little guy over here. It looks to be a dark monster as well. It says you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part of the effect is during a damage calculation, when you're at Ignister monster is attacked, you can discard this card, you take no damage from that battle. The second effect is when at Ignister monster effect or an AI spell / trap effect that inflicts damage to your opponent is activated even during the damage step. As a quick effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard to double the damage your opponent takes from it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Next up over here, no, we already went over that card. We have a new boss monster here. This is Utgard, the Generator Boss of Lies. So it should be level 9, yeah. All of this whole deck, by the way, guys, if you guys haven't seen what the heck it does, I'll pin it down below. But basically, it's all about just a boss monster deck. It's all about level 9s, obviously, with the World Legacy monstrosity. It makes things much easier. But anyways, 2200 attack, 2700 defense points. He's a zoomed up picture on our guy over here. So it says you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only control one Utgard Generaid Boss of Lies. The second part of it, as a quick effect, you contribute 2 monsters who are Generaid monsters and or rock monsters and target one card on the field and banish that card. Okay, that's actually a really good effect. Awesome stuff. Next up we have, I'm guessing this is Gimmick Puppet support, but here is Condolence Puppet over here. You can see the artwork. That's a pretty nice looking card. Anyways, Condolence Puppet is a normal spell card that says you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is to send a Gimmick Puppet monster, Gimmick Puppet monsters with different names from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that were special from the extra deck +1. Wow, massive foolish burial. And then you can banish this card from the graveyard and then target one machine exceed monster you control, and that monster cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while face up on the field. Okay. If only this was a quick effect, that would be really awesome. But nonetheless, just being able to foolish +1 is just so good. Next up over here, we have the arcjet. Wait, what? Arcjet? So, if you guys know, there is a game called Zone of the Enders. I don't know if this has any relation to it. Like, obviously from the artwork, not. But technically, it's arcjet, but like the translation, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, technically. I hope they make a Zone of the Enders archetype, though. Anyways, arcjet, not to be confused with arcjet, but Lightcrafter over here is a level 9 light machine effect monster with 0 attack and 2100 defense points. It says you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is if you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. The second part of it says, if this card is normal or special summon, you get to target one level 8 or lower machine monster in graveyard, special summon that monster defense position, but its effects are negated and its level becomes 9. The third part is you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for machine monsters. Okay, so you can definitely utilize a lot of potential plays with this, but you're locked into, obviously, machines. But if you control a monster, you can just special summon it. But that third part of the effect is just regardless, right? Yeah, it has to be okay. So I was just thinking, like, if this, I was thinking maybe only if that effect was activated that you could still go for other things. That way you could just special summon at a level or normal summon it without tributing. It's just level 9. But I don't know if people really want to utilize that. There's a lot of like cards that can just give you a free machine anyways. Then you can go ahead and link summon, going for infinite tracks and stuff like that. Next up, though, we have the Heraldry Charge. Have you ever wanted to distribute someone 2 Heraldic Beasts from the deck? I guess we're getting Heraldic Beast support. I didn't expect this also. Anyways, it's a normal spell card. Says you can only use this use a card with this card's name once per turn. So it says tribute 1 monster for the rest of the turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for psychic or machine monsters. Also special summon 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck in defense position. Okay. I mean, at least you go for psychic or machine. That's pretty decent. There is a lot of really strong psychic support, but I don't know, just summoning from the deck is always really, really strong in the game. Next up, we have Resurgam XYZ. Over here is a zoomed up picture of it. Continuous trap card that says exceed monster you control, gain 800 attack. And it says once per turn, you get to discard 1 spell, then target 1 exceed monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 number C or C exceeds monster with the same type as that target, but 1 rank higher, by using that target as material. But if you activated this effect by discarding a spell that was not a rank up magic spell, return that summoned monster to the extra deck during the end phase. It's treated as a C summon, transfer the materials to the other one. Okay, and then lastly over here we have some lost artwork. So basically they're doing a thing for North America. Usually all these like vote things are usually for Japan, so it's cool, and I definitely recommend you guys to vote. And I'm actually kind of curious down below what you guys would like to see. So basically for those of you guys that don't know what you guys are voting on, basically there's different artwork for the TCG and OCG, and we're here to go ahead and actually show them off. So here are the different choices, and these are the alternate artworks that we didn't get. For example, Vanity's Emptiness, this whole area. Let me actually zoom up on this so you guys can maybe get a better picture. All right, so over here, Gustav, I believe this was green. Over here, you can actually see that little pink area on Watt Council of Ojama. It's one of the Ojama cards, I believe it's yellow. So they just painted on his bikini over here, and I thought it was funny. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure exactly what they did with Doomsday Horror. Also, yeah, actually, you know what? Someone comment down below. What did they do with Doomsday Horror? There's nothing. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I know what it is. The horns would actually be removed. With Solemn Judgment, again, so what we would be getting, guys, is the alternate versions of this in some newer form of a print. So this would technically also mean a reprint of these. So Solemn Judgment, over here, you can see that there are halos above the heads, and so that would be something that would be changed. For Offerings to the Doomed, I believe it's a cross. I'm not sure if they've actually changed this. A lot of times it's like some of the stuff is like they'll change like the wine to something else. And then for Vanity's Emptiness, like this whole like area is just completely white. Like it actually looks very strange as the artwork, because you have Vandy's Fiend, I believe it is. Normally, like you'd see him, like you'd at least see some of it, like in the actual card artwork of the monster. This is like the trap card, but for the most part, I don't know if this card will ever come back into the game. Next up, we have Hellish Burial. It's the little stone in the background that was actually changed, and then Magicians Unite. It has to do with the star. A lot of these were actually changed in the artwork. And then for the edge imp, I'm not actually 100% sure on this one. It might be the eyes are too apparently spooky. In fact, Mystic Tomato in the TCG was actually changed as well. And the super rejuvenation, I believe this, it's red and it used to be purple in the English print of it. But if you guys would like to vote for that, let me know down below what you would like to see get its change. I think Foolish would be great. Vanity's Emptiness, I think, I don't think it'll ever come back, right? But the thing is that the card does legitimately look very strange, and now seeing this one, if you go back and look at it, it is completely like it's you'll definitely notice it. But anyways, I think Watt Council is pretty cool too, but I just don't see the card seeing very much play. Where I feel like Solemn will definitely see play. Well, Vanities, if it ever becomes off the list, and Foolish will definitely see play. Super Rooter probably won't come off either. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on any of the new cards, but more specifically, I'm curious to know what you guys think about catch copies. I feel like, like I said, it's a little bit too slow of a card, but if you can activate it, it is so insanely good. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell so you don't miss out on when new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff comes out. If you guys want to send me any replays of any of the things we talked about, feel free to go ahead and do so down below. Just send it into the email, AzneyesReplays@gmail.com, the YRP file. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.